Bugs can be very helpful. And in Oregon, there's a few bugs that are especially desirable to be helpful to the farmers and people who are growing things. Two of the Oregon helper bugs that I'm going to show you how to make today are the minute, which is another word for meaning small, pirate, which I think you know what pirate means. The minute pirate bug, so a very small pirate bug. We'll have to figure out why they decided to call it a pirate. And then also the lady beetle, which we also know is a ladybug. And I think it would be fun to make these 3D out of paper sculpture. But before we do this, we have to figure out how to do that. So you will need an open mind, that is, be open to test your plan. And then you'll need for this test, you'll need 2 practice papers, you'll need a pencil, and some scissors. This is what we're trying to make to figure out how to do it on our own, because I don't have a guide for you to copy. I think you need to go ahead and figure it out on your own. Here's one just with the test paper that will be my lady beetle, and it's just out of slim paper so that we can figure out how to do that. And here is the one that is a little more shaped like the minute pirate bug, though this guy isn't minute, he is long. So I'll show you how to make your test your idea, and then when you have an idea that you really like, you can use it as your template for your final with some firmer paper and colorful paper. So to begin, what you need to do, take a piece of practice paper, fold it in half, like that, like a book. And then what you're going to do, and I'll probably draw with a marker because it will show up better. I'm going to draw the ladybug. Well, I think I'll draw the ladybug first because that's going to be the easier one. So we know that there's a head. It's kind of roundish. And we know that the rest of the body is pretty round too. I'm not going to worry about the antenna now. I can add those later. And then I am going to draw the legs. So the 3 legs, I'm not going to add a lot of detail right now. I'm going to stretch one even longer than I want because I can always cut them off and make them shorter. Stretch this one this way, and I'm going to stretch this one this way. Now is the time to get your
scissors and cut them out. I say I can use cool shapes, because these legs usually are about, have at least 3 sections to them. I'll do that later, but right now I'm trying to get the basic shape to figure out if this is how big I want this ladybug to be. And I've made the legs longer because I am going to be putting folds in them, which will work to make the bug look 3D and kind of stand up from the table or stand up from the ground. So they need to be longer, because anytime you put a fold in something, it takes up some room. Or it takes up some dimension and makes things look shorter because it changes direction. So I am going to take my bug and I'm going to open it
up. Okay, now it's like that. Hey, that's not too bad. And since it has this fold in, it's always going to kind of pop up even if I fold it out. So I'm going to take the legs and I'm going to fold them all back. Now they're sticking up. I guess I'll do them all like that at once. Then I'm going to change that direction. I'm going to fold them out, and I'm going to kind of match them so that they're the same length. Then I'm going to make them like a tabletop, make them flat, so they're going up, across the top, and then down. And this is where testing is going to be good, because then you go, oh, the fold should be a little closer to the body, the fold should be a little farther away. So here, let's do the same thing on this side. I'll fold them. I folded them up, so now I'm going to fold them like towards the tabletop to make a flat top. Then I'm going to fold them down the other side of the table. And I think I'm probably going to need to put a little foot on the end. So up, table, down, foot. Let's see how these balance like this, or we might have to put little feet. I feel like I kind of made a spider. But once you put the coloring on it and use firmer paper, it's going to look good. Yep, let's put some little feet on there, just for fun. So little feet kind of go that other direction. Little feet, little feet. So I'm going to be satisfied with this, especially because I know when I use my firmer paper for my final, it will hold its shape a little better. And that's what I want, because it's a little saggy right now. There, so there we go. We've got that guy. And here, let's do that when we get his little ridge on his back, and he's going to look pretty good. Now I am going to draw this one. He is a little bit of a different shape. He kind of reminds me of the shape of a weevil, and a weevil is a little more pointy at the top. So I'm going to go, he's got a little straight thing, he's got a little other thing on the head, and then he's just kind of a little more gentle down to the bottom. And then I'm going to add the 3 legs here, which will add up to 6 legs. Okay. That aside, and then I'm going to do the folds. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and fold these legs up, just like last time. Up, just like last time. Then across, kind of match them up. And you might experiment and actually find some better ways to do it, but as I say, we're just testing our ideas. Across the top of the table, across the top of the table, across the top of the table, and then I'll put a little foot on it that folds the other way. And you know, with folds, if you don't like the direction of the fold, you just flip it like origami and it will do that for you. And it flips, weirdly flips right on that fold line pretty well. So the top of the table, the top of the table, the top of the table, and then the foot sticking out. Then, if I'm satisfied, I'm going to grab my final paper and use this as a template to trace it. There, oh, I like that guy. He stands up really well. So now, what I'm going to do is I painted some paper. That's kind of my new favorite thing to do. And this might take some other, I'll put other color on it, but it gives it a really good base color. So then I'm going to make my lady beetle on the reddish color just to get it started. So 2 ways I can do this. I can either lay it flat, lay everything flat, trace around the whole thing, or I can fold my paper in half, which actually kind of saves you some cutting because you cut 2 layers at once. Then I fold my ladybug in half and you match up your fold lines and then lay that down, and maybe I'll even make it so that it fits on top like that, and then I will trace around that and cut it out. This time I'll use a pencil because it's my final and I don't want a lot of extra marker lines that will be kind of distracting. So I'll go ahead and do that. You get the idea. I'm not going to make you watch me cut it out or anything. This leg I might even make a little longer this time since I have more paper, because I think that might be a little helpful. I can always make something shorter. And then this one, now, and then as you can see I can cut this out and I'll come back to the video when I've got this one made and done. I make it the same way as the other one, and then when I'm done, I will add some way more details to make it fancy. This one, for the minute pirate beetle, I'm going to use green, even though he's kind of black and white, but that's my choice. Now, if I wanted to get really fancy, any kind of paper that you have. I happen to have this recycled paper from a calendar that was a lot of keys. You can make up your own kind of bug. This one I would call a key bug if I made it. So I'll show you what I come up with, but I think you get the idea.